Hey guys, and welcome back to another vlog. I am currently in Montenegro, a small country on, I believe it's the Adriatic Sea, for a little fun trip. I just went to Italy to see my wedding venue and do my menu tasting and all of that. I did vlog that, but you guys won't see that until I already get married or right before, because I don't want to like spoil the venue and all that. So this is actually our second day in Montenegro. The first day I hadn't decided whether or not I wanted to vlog, but I decided why not? It's a good way to document the trip. And we are staying in Kotor, Montenegro, which I somehow didn't know that they literally call Kotor the city of cats. I was meant to be here. Yesterday we got up, we did do a little workout just because I feel like we have like a little extra time here, and it's just kind of nice to get your body moving sometimes. When I work out on vacation, it's like 4 exercises in like 30 minutes, like nothing crazy. So we did that and we got ready to go on a boat tour. So we did a boat tour. If you guys are interested, I'll put a screenshot of the company we did it with. We did like this little speedboat tour, and it went to a couple of the sites along the bay here. We're in Kotor Bay, but there's also another bay, the bigger bay, Boca Bay. And we saw some sites like the Lady on the Rocks, which is a man-made island with a church on it that was kind of like a quick little stop. And then we kind of just boated by some of the other, sites along the bay. And then it was a little bit choppy, but we were able to go to the Blue Cave, which was so stunning. Apparently it is like this fluorescent blue color because too much blush. It's this beautiful fluorescent blue color because of the limestone rocks that the caves are all made out of. And it's basically like almost 100% like pure limestone. So just the way the light reflects makes it like super blue and pretty. So those were actually super stunning. There was a spot to go swimming, but we did not go swimming because our driver just told us that we'd be very cold on the way back, which I definitely think that we would have been. The weather has been beautiful, even though on our way here it said it was gonna rain like every single day. It's rained like a little bit, but like the first night it just kind of poured at midnight and then like never again. So fingers crossed we continue to get good weather. Today the weather's supposed to be really good. And then we had dinner. We walked around Old Town, Kotor. We went to the cat museum, which it was like €1 entry. So like honestly just worth it. It was basically just like a bunch of cats from the media, like famous paintings of cats and things like that, and then just like a ton of cute little cats around the city, which were adorable. And then we went to dinner. Sometimes you just never know with these like touristy looking places, but I had looked this one up online in advance and it got pretty good reviews. It was called like Konoba Scala Santa. And it was actually like really good. We've been really enjoying the food here as opposed to last year we went to Brussels and Germany, and the food there is very much like meat and potatoes, very heavy, and there's so much like fish here, which is so nice because, you know, if you know, you know, when you travel, things just don't get moving and your girl needs vegetables. So very happy to report that we can actually find vegetables here. Today we're trying to go up, there's a cable car that goes up to like a viewpoint that has some stuff to do up there, and it also has a like maybe access to Lovcen National Park, but like I've literally looked online for so long yesterday and like I can't figure out if we can actually get to the national park from there or not. So I keep trying to ask the hotel concierge, but no one is ever there. So I think we might just go to the cable car and see. We do have a rental car as well because after Montenegro we will be driving to Croatia and doing a stop in Dubrovnik as well as Split, and then we're doing just like a couple different stops to like ferries and things to like different islands around there. So yeah, anyways, that's the plan for today.
picture in a decade. This is so stupid. Oh my God. No, I'm not scared. My heart rate's fine. It's 70. I'm like, oh. It's the noise. It's like, this one is sincere.
Oh my God. I was looking for this clip last night and I could not find it. Good morning, guys. We are getting ready for the day. Today we are headed to Dubrovnik, Croatia. So we didn't do everything we had planned on doing. We kind of had a slightly later start. And then we ended up having to drive up to the Lovcen National Park area, and it was like an hour and a half on this super windy road that was basically one way and had like barely any room, and Ian had to like pull out his professional driving skills for that. He's not a professional driver, but it was quite a crazy drive. I was definitely white knuckling the whole time when I had initially just planned to go from the bottom to the top, and I will share with you my now expert tips now that I've been there, because the cable car, they made the cable car in like 2023, so there's just not like a ton of information about it online, honestly. So anyways, we drove up to the upper cable car station, and there's actually quite a bit to do up there. There's obviously like a little viewpoint, which was nice. We took some pictures. There was a little alpine coaster thing, basically a little roller coaster that goes kind of all around the mountain, and not all around, it was pretty short, but it was actually pretty fun, but also kind of scary because you control the speed yourself, so it's kind of annoying if you have someone in front of you who like doesn't want to go very fast. You get kind of stuck behind them, but also if you go too fast, you literally feel like you're about to fly off of the mountain. But I'm glad we did that. It was like maybe like $8 a person. It wasn't very expensive, and then the cable car was absolutely a must do. We had amazing views. I think it was maybe like $18 a person round trip, so to go up and down, but it was definitely worth it. The views were crazy, and it's also, like I was saying, a very new cable car, so it was a very smooth ride, which was nice. The reason why we drove up there is because we also wanted to go to the mausoleum, which is like kind of a famous site to see in Lovcen National Park, and it's not like right there. So I found out that you can actually rent e-bikes at the top of the cable car area and bike up to the mausoleum, but it's like a pretty steep, just like the roads just like aren't great. The mausoleum was like pretty cool, but honestly it was just kind of another view, so truly I feel like I could have just taken the cable car up and that would have been fine. We just went back to Kotor for dinner. We went to, I think the restaurant was called Galion, and it was actually really good. Again, I've been very pleasantly surprised with the food here. You just, again, never know. Like, obviously they're going to have good food here, but it's just a matter of like finding it and avoiding the tourist traps. We actually walked into this other restaurant and the menu was just like giving Cheesecake Factory and worse it says. And it just like had all, it had like chicken teriyaki and a chicken quesadilla on the menu, and it was supposed to be like authentic food. I was like, yeah, this is not the place. So we actually just literally got up and told them we have to go somewhere else, and we did, and we were so glad that we did. Glad that we stayed in this area. I think it would have been nicer to stay like more walkable to Old Town Kotor, because we did have to drive, but having a car was nice because I like honestly don't know how we would have done it all with taxi. Overall, loved Montenegro. Great food, great sightseeing. And today we are getting ready and we are driving over to Dubrovnik. So there is like a ferry that you drive on with your car that we are might be taking. I've never done that before. It's like a foreign concept to me, but apparently that's a thing. So, and then when we get there, we only have 2 nights there, so we are kind of getting there a little early, doing some sightseeing. Okay, good morning, you guys. We made it to Dubrovnik. We made it in at like 2 o'clock yesterday, dropped our stuff off, and then we went to a walking tour. We did have to leave the tour a little bit early because Ian had some work that he had to do. We didn't actually have to leave the tour early. We left it like, it was supposed to be an hour and a half, and we left like right at the hour-and-a-half point, but it was very informative about like the history of Croatia and everything. So when you're not like traveling with a tour guide or anything, it's nice to like do a little tour and like, you know, get to learn about some of the history, because a lot of it was very interesting. Anyways, that kind of took us through the city a bit, but it kind of just pointed out a bunch of places that we really should go see more today. My plan is we're gonna go take the ferry over to Lovcen Island, and that's like a nature preserve area. We were going to maybe do a kayak tour, but we decided against it because I felt like that would just take up the whole day. And then we're going to come back to the city walls. I think we're gonna get the Dubrovnik pass that pays for like your entry to the city walls, so you can walk around the city walls, and then also into a lot of the museums. And then I want to go like into the museums and churches and everything, because we just kind of walked around the outside. Anyways, I've been really loving it here so far. Like the architecture is so cool, and honestly just like Ian and I watched Game of Thrones like only like maybe a year and a half ago, so it's still very like fresh in our heads. So learning about some of that history on the tour, and also just like walking around and seeing it all, was like also very cool. So far I'm really loving the city. There are also cats here, which is another plus. Okay, Ian's on the phone. Final outfit check. All from Abercrombie. Yellow top, little lemon skirt, and I'm gonna throw on my Vejas, and then we're gonna go grab breakfast. Okay, we are back in the hotel and then we are going to Taj Mahal for dinner, which actually some of you guys on Instagram recommended it to me. It's traditional Bosnian food, and there are like 2 locations and one of them is close to our hotel. By the way, we're staying at the Rixos Premium Dubrovnik. It's nice, definitely if you want a beach, but it is like a mile away from Old Town, so if you want to be like right there, it's not right there, but it is pretty close, and there has been very easy access to Ubers here compared to Italy. Could not get an Uber for our life, which like the public transportation was like pretty good in Italy, but just like sometimes with your luggage, like it just makes it hard. So the Uber situation has been very simple, very easy here, very cheap just to get to Old Town, because I think otherwise you're dealing with buses here. I can finally share some things that I traveled with that just made life easy. So I feel like when we're traveling, we always bring like a lot of linen stuff just because it's like lightweight, comfortable, cute, but it wrinkles so easily, and to get like an ironing board every time is super annoying. So I bought this like nori press thing that I saw it on Shark Tank, and it's basically a giant straightener for your clothes, but you just like press it and it straightens everything out. It's actually very easy to use and pretty compact, so this was definitely a good thing to bring. Another thing that's been very helpful for my constipated girlies, I don't know if you guys are like me on a trip, I'm lucky if the bowels are moving at all, so I bought these Mirafast chews and so far they have helped. I like get nervous to take them too much because you don't want like too much of a problem, but did take these yesterday and we were successful, so you know what I mean. The Naked Sundays SPF 50 top-up spray, that's what they're calling it, a top-up spray. Really great for reapplying sunscreen throughout the day. And then I don't know why I have not learned this lesson by now, but I'm stuck with only one hair tool, and that is my curling iron here, my trusty Numi curling iron, had it forever, curling wand, I guess. And this one is dual voltage. Curling iron or whatever tools may have information on it, whether like what the voltage is, but this one is a 110 and 240 voltage. So it works in American and European plugs. Like you still have to have the adapter, but it still works because I brought another hair tool, which is like a little straightening brush that would just like, you know, help take away some of the frizz because it's raining and stuff here. And that one is single voltage, and rookie mistake, I know. Oh, the last thing that I am glad that I brought is the Tanologist Daily Glow Hydrating Gradual Tan Lotion. I like to be tan on my trips. I just feel like my pictures turn out better, you know? And you can self-tan at the beginning of a trip, but by day 5 to 7, it's done. And I've already been here for a week because we went to Italy to see our wedding venue and everything before, because of this gradual tan lotion, and it's actually been super easy to apply. It's quick drying, it doesn't feel sticky at all. It actually feels even less sticky than the Tanologist mousse, which is what I normally use, and it's actually been very even too. So definitely glad that I brought that, because you know, my self-confidence just stays up a little bit higher when I'm not ghostly pale and bloated from being constipated traveling. You know, there's just a lot of things you're fighting against. So those are my travel essentials. So anyways, I'm gonna get ready. Dinner outfit, one of my built-in brow dresses from Hollister. Absolutely love these, and they're like adjustable in the back, little cup pads, and it's actually like, it's simultaneously lightweight but also not too thin. And then my little Abercrombie sweater because I'm a bit cold. Okay, good morning guys. We are packing up the suitcases so that we can head to our final stop, which is Split, because we're staying in Split for 5 nights. Anyways, this morning we went on a little run. Finally, my first run. There were some walks during part of it because we got to some hills, but towards the end we were on this beautiful path along the water, and that just like revived me. So we did about 3.5 miles. We have a 3-hour drive. I think it's been about 9 days on the trip so far, and 9 days is usually kind of like my stopping point for trips, but because we tacked on Italy at the front end of this trip for the wedding stuff, it just kind of extended our trip to what would have been like 10 days to a solid 2 weeks. And I'm not the kind of person who can just travel for 2, 3, 4 weeks. It's just too much for me. So we need to like reset a little bit so that I can survive. Hello guys, I'm looking so rough. First of all, I've never had so many forehead pimples. Second of all, my eyes are so bloodshot. So I haven't checked in since we got to Split. So we got to Split yesterday afternoon, kind of explored Old Town, the Diocletian's Palace and everything. Very beautiful, definitely a different feel though compared to Dubrovnik. Still feels very safe, maybe a little more touristy than Dubrovnik, but also very easy to get Ubers and everything. We are staying at a hotel again, maybe a little further away than our Dubrovnik hotel was from the Old Town, but still not far. And it has like a beach and everything, but we haven't gone to it. So that's what we did last night. Went to dinner at, again, like everywhere's been really good, and I've just been loving like eating all the fish and vegetables, and like there's just so much fish here obviously because it's like on the water, but I just like feel better when I'm eating that. So that's been really nice. Then we got up this morning and we had literally a 10-hour boat day. So we got up at like 6 a.m, had to be at the boat at 7, and we figured this was like the best way to see all of the islands. So we wanted to see like I heard that Vis was really good, and then also Hvar. So the boat tour that we did, it was kind of like a mix of swimming and sightseeing. I'd say mostly sightseeing, but I did wear my swimsuit and I did get in the water because I was like, you know what, I have to, the water's so clear. So we started at the city on Vis that Mamma Mia 2 was filmed, and there just like really wasn't that much to do. It like the second we got off the boat, like we were like attacked by like the people who like were trying to get us to come to the restaurant, and we were like, we don't want to go to a restaurant right now. So there wasn't too much to do. It was also like super early, so maybe that's why there wasn't too much to do, but we spent like an hour there. Then our boat driver, so I'll link all the things I did down below in case you guys are like going to Croatia, which I do highly recommend. Like it's been amazing. I think this is like, especially if it's like your first time in Europe, it's just like very easy as an American to like exist here, but still like get a lot of like the culture and history, which there's a lot of history, which is really cool. Anyways, oh yeah, I'll link all the tours and everything I did down below. I still recommend the tour I did today, but our skipper, I feel like we just like, they didn't necessarily agree on some things. First of all, he was blasting music the entire time, and we had to like tell him to turn it down, and it was like still too loud. And he like really wanted to go to these like off the beaten trail beaches, which we went to 2 of those, and I just feel like we wasted a lot of time there. We just kind of like sat on the beach, like not really too many people were swimming because it was only like maybe 70 degrees, which is just not quite warm enough when you're getting back on the boat with like heavy winds, which is like literally, like my eyes, they're so bloodshot from all the wind, even though I had sunglasses. But yeah, he kept like wanting to go there. We couldn't go to the Blue Caves either because it was like the conditions weren't good. Also the boat was like kind of crazy going over all the waves, but the time we got to Hvar, which our tour guide did not like Hvar. Did he give a reason? No. But we loved it. It was like this super cute little island. It had a lot more to do. I felt like we like walked up the fortress viewpoint. There was some more architecture and stuff, and we just like didn't really get enough time to appreciate all of that because we spent more time at the beaches where like everyone was kind of just like waiting to leave. And we would have wanted to spend more time at Hvar. So if you're ever going on one of those tours, spend more time at Hvar. I feel like you could definitely do a solid half to a full day there if you really wanted to. We're so tired, and then we came back to the hotel and did a little sauna, just to like recharge. I need to do some eye drops, and hopefully my skin can like recover. I don't know what's going on. It's also like I can't put anything on my cheeks because it just burns. We are, you know, it's like at that point of the trip where like we're just fighting. Like I'm having a good time, but I'm just like, my body is like, rest, like take us back home. So anyways, we're going to Krka National Park tomorrow, which should be very fun. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Okay, good morning. We are dressed and ready to go to the national park today. It's very windy outside, a little bit cold. I did my best to contain whatever is going on with my face. My face is just like so irritated right now. And I have my new Petula Bear Pro classic leggings, the square neck built-in bra tank, the jacket. Since it's like a hike day, active day. And then I'm gonna wear, these are my running shoes, but I only brought so many shoes on this trip, and it seems like the hike is not like, it seems like more of a walk. So yeah, I'm gonna bring some snacks and everything. I'm gonna head down to breakfast, and then we're gonna get going. Okay, you guys, I am back in bed. We just got back, well, I just got back and showered from the day. So we woke up and we went to Krka National Park. I had done so much research on this because it just like wasn't super clear online. But if you ever go, when you buy a ticket, they want you to like select a time for the ferry ride. Doesn't matter what time you select, you can just get on any boat. So that was kind of annoying that it like seemed like it was restricted and then not. Which also means they don't reserve spots for you on the boat, so you need to like get in line. Anyways, we drove there. It was about an hour from Split, so actually pretty convenient. And you just park, and then they take you on their little boat, basically up to the main falls area. It is quite touristy inside, like I feel like compared to like, you know, US national parks. We don't have like souvenir shops, gift shops, or restaurants like literally in the park, like inside of the hiking area, which was a little bit strange. It's not like it got in the way of anything, but the views were great. The hike itself was literally less than 2 miles. You like go to the main falls area, you walk around, you see a bunch of little mini falls, some views, and yeah, it was like 1.8 miles with like maybe 800 feet of elevation gain, maybe less, maybe 600, but absolutely worth a good day trip. And then you can take the ferry back or you can walk back. We waited in line for the ferry once, and we were literally the last people that got cut off that couldn't get on the boat. So we decided to walk back to where our car was, which was 3 miles. So about a 5-mile total hike day, which is not bad. And then the national park was right near this town called Šibenik, which we ended up going to. Super cute. It's another like UNESCO World Heritage Site. Very beautiful buildings. Apparently it is potentially the oldest city of Dalmatia, and Dalmatia is the like old name for the Croatian coast. We went there and we had a pretty good meal. We actually got burgers because, you know, sometimes after 2 weeks of eating fish every night, you're just in the mood for a burger. So I had a burger and it was actually really good. And then we got this amazing gelato, like incredible flavors. I had like a banana chocolate chip one, which was not anything special, but my other one was like an almond, fig, honey, something. And then we tried to go to the, there's like a little Dalmatian museum. The Dalmatian dog, the namesake, is obviously from Dalmatia, but apparently they were like more like bred in the UK. I don't know. There was a Dalmatian museum and it said it was open online. We go up to the door and it said it was open, but they were closed, which is a bummer because not only do they have like history of Dalmatians and stuff, but they actually had 2 Dalmatians and I kind of wanted to see them. So yeah, anyways, I'm just like so exhausted from the past 2 days. It's been a lot, and today it literally went from being like summer yesterday to today is October 1st is a high of 60 degrees, but it's windy, so it feels like 50 degrees outside. And I brought some like fall stuff, but this is like quite cold. Hope we can survive tomorrow. Tomorrow is our last full official day, and I don't know if I told you guys yet, we don't even have flights back. Long story short, we missed our initial flight because our pilot called out sick for the first flight that we needed to catch the international flight. So we ended up having to cancel our round trip tickets, which was the reason why we booked this trip. We had a great deal on flights, so that's why like we like selected this location, and now we're gonna be stuck. And basically they wouldn't let us cancel just the first half, the flights there, because the flights were on Turkish and they have like very strict rules. So we had to cancel the entire flight, even if we like didn't get on the first flight and just kept the last ones. No, they were gonna charge us like $10,000, like something like absolutely crazy, which like you just like had to do. So anyways, we don't have return flights and it's getting hard to find them. Check in tomorrow when we figure out what we're doing. We'll probably go to like Trogear or maybe just explore Split more. And I want to buy some souvenirs. I haven't bought anything yet. Okay, it literally just became fall overnight here, so it's very cold. So I finally am breaking out the jeans. We got some Abercrombie jeans, a little Abercrombie top, and I have a little jacket. But we did a workout this morning. Again, just like a quick like 35-minute workout. And then we had breakfast, and then we are off to explore either Trogear or more of Split today. But today is kind of our last day. So my skin is doing so bad. It is so flaky and dry from the boat ride that like I could barely get any makeup on. So this is what we are dealing with today. And hopefully the wind, it's like a high wind warning all day. So hopefully that doesn't ruin our plans. You know he's famous here. Okay, do you guys hear this?
That was us at 3:30, 3:45, 4:15, 5, 6 in the morning.
I just had I've literally, you could not be feeling more rough at the end of this trip. This is our last day. We finally found some flights, guys, yay. We are driving to Dubrovnik today, catching a flight from Dubrovnik to London, then staying overnight in London, then flying from London to SFO, then SFO to LAX, so.
And that's all thanks to American Airlines. You were why we fly.
But yeah, we finally found a flight. I'm feeling kind of rough this morning. My throat is feeling a little, it's just feeling kind of dry. I don't feel too bad otherwise. I'm trying to like gaslight myself into telling myself I'm not feeling sick. I've just been like taking vitamins and like just trying to rest. Yesterday we just went back into Split. We had a really nice dinner. It was like actually really good. All the restaurants honestly have been really good, even though like people say everything in like Old Town is like tourist trap. I just like don't think that's true. That was really good. We went underneath the cellars of like in the substructures of Diocletian's palace. Did some more walking around. We walked up Margin Hill, got a little view. It's been so windy though, so it was like kind of not the best day, but I'm gonna finish packing up. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you like the travel vlogs, and I will see you next time. Bye.